Hello，大家好，大家久等了，欢迎大家来到 Blockchain Academy 和
Hi everyone, welcome to the EDGE Big Demo Day, hosted by Blockchain Academy and Vertex. Welcome to all of our builders and our judges. As for the demo day hosting in Hong Kong, it's really bringing opportunity to Web3 project to be matched with investors to also help us understand what is going on in this field. And also you can get recommendations and suggestions from investors. And we have a price of 5,000 EU for this demo day. And of course, this price is the beginning. We are still hoping to build a platform where everybody can get more exchanges. Without further ado, let's welcome the founder Ender from Vertex to give us a opening remark. Dear investors and entrepreneurs, good afternoon. I am really honored to be here to do some sharing. First of all, about startup and investment. I have my first-hand experience for many times in the past decades. And 10 years until now, I'm still taking my team to do projects. I know starting a business is very challenging, but people always dream about the future, and people always expect something better to happen in the future. That is why we are using Web3 technology and the AI technology in the hope of a changing human future. And in this process, we need innovative entrepreneurs to demonstrate your projects and manifest your ideas. And of course, we need investors to find those real innovative projects. And that is why the Edge Summit is aiming to integrate AI and Web3. And of course, we have added some fashion elements in this summit. For the Edge Summit, we are bringing together technology, investment, and fashion. And I am really grateful for all of the investors who are here today. I'm very grateful for you taking your time to be the judges today. And for all the startup entrepreneurs, please break a leg. You're not only demonstrating your project here, but we also have global live streaming today. So more people will learn about your projects. And I believe with today's demonstration in about 16 projects, I hope we can work hard and get the final prize worthy of 5,000 US dollar. Wish you good luck. So we are now hosting the demo day in Hong Kong, but next one we are going to Dubai. We hope that all the investors and entrepreneurs can embrace the future of AI. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ender, for your great remarks. And I'd like to introduce Blockchain Academy. And I am the co-founder of Blockchain Academy. Starting from 2021, we established our office in Hong Kong and covering the entire Asia Pacific region. We are also backed up by the 8 university in Hong Kong. We are now having a Asian tour, visiting different cities and visiting founders and investors. In Hong Kong, we are also having the regulatory founder and developer meetup. And then we are going to do the BNB and the Solana. We are building the community of developers. Our vision is that Blockchain Academy can help Chinese speakers to find a home in Hong Kong and to matchmaking with the resources in Hong Kong. Now, without further ado, let's get into our demo day. First of all, some rules. For each project, you have 10 minutes with 8 minutes of presentation and 2 minutes for Q&A. And we are going to receive questions from the judges. including creativity, the quality of your presentation, and the feasibility, and whether it's feasible to be implemented. Then we are going to do a weighted calculation and select the final winner of the first prize. So now let's welcome the first team for the Demon Day Suzy Bridge. Let's welcome. Hi, thank you very much, distinguished judges, investors, as well as professionals and friends from the media. My name is Catherine, the marketing director of The Bridge. For SAD, during our presentation, could you please turn to the next page? Thank you very much. All right, today I am going to introduce our technical solution to solve a critical problem in Web3 application. Well, in this morning in the DeFi forum, I heard that what kind of challenges we are going to face when we are implementing a DeFi. And today I'm going to focus on what we have those data assets. If we cannot put them into use, what do we do with them? Before proposing our technical solution, let's understand technology, 忽然科技, and we are a gamification global cloud service provider. So we are gamification interactive. So this gamification interactive can support the global social applications in real time, and we can get it into another new era. The other business is LA. This is a very common layered solution in the Web3 context, and we have the authorization service and single sign-on service. And then ZBridge is what I'm going to demonstrate in detail. For ZBridge, we have a Chinese name. It's called 通用信息跨链 General Information Cross Chain. And we can hear two keywords here. One is asset value. The other one is economic value. One is in my Coinbase wallet, I have a NFT. If I'm not going to demonstrate an NFT, it has asset value, but it's not really showing its economic value. The other example is that if I'm going to have the players from two different chains to hang out together, then we have to solve the issue of cross-chain, right? So technology is proposing this general information cross-chain technology to making some breakthrough in identity, token, and asset. So we can have a fully comprehensive information connectivity. Different users are in different platforms. In order to realize information cross-chain, then we need some technology for that. Now we have some ZK solution, but they are facing three questions. For example, complicated algorithms, low efficiency, or it's only a concept at the moment. So for us, it's a great opportunity. The technology proposed this general information cross-chain. We are confident because we have already built 500 applications that's running in the ecosystem. So we are building project first, and then we formulate a ecosystem. At the moment, in the entire technical stack, we have two supporting points. One is zero knowledge authorization, and we can have this zero invasion security building and the transaction. The other one is a zero state transportation. In another world, in plain language, you don't know me, I don't know you, but we trust each other. We can authenticate each other's identity, and we can transact in a safe manner. So this is the function and the purpose of a ZBridge. So at the beginning, if you noticed our core business, that's gamification interactive. So there are three circles. The next figure is more vivid and can demonstrate the 500 apps that's running every day. So these are not conceptual diagrams. These are already running apps, and in these apps, we can help users to cross different fields and unleash their economic potential. And this one is a general information cross chain. So this is the 无聊猿, and the NFT is running at different apps. So for their digital assets can be fully releasing its potential. And now, in the third ecology, I'd like to propose 3 keywords: contents, application, and then users. All right, for our R&D team, we worked very hard and help us to develop creative contents to support our scenarios.
And totally now we have more than 100 games, and you can see the party game or the casual game, and all of them are done according to those applications in our ecosystem. What kind of creative contents are suitable for those applications, and they are very flexible. And next, that's 5 applications we have. So some of them are top applications, and you can see that the background, the logo wall belongs to our ecosystem. So next you can see the numbers. So 200 million users. And next, please look at these 2 numbers, the up numbers. So they are top 50 applications, and their streams can have covered 70.2% applications, and every day the retained users in our apps can have 94%. So that's very amazing. And the half an hour user duration, and that's also the amazing number. And now we have realized that this milestone. So we can see that in this ecosystem, totally 500 applications, and we have touched 200 million users. And but next, so we can issue the tokens, release the tokens, but we don't promise to do that. And that's the above introduction of the start of the bridge. And next we will have a Q&A session. Okay, thank you. So all the distinguished guests, if you have a question, please ask the question. We will give you the microphone. So I have a question. Compared with other solutions, so what is your advantage? Currently, so the time is very tight. So from the commercial perspective, I'm not sure the technology, but the biggest technology advantage you can see here. So we have shown you this picture. So you take a picture, and later we will ask the technician to help you to answer this question. Next question. Any other question? I have a question. Thank you for your introduction. And my question is, just now you mentioned, so we have some streams flowing in your ecosystem. And if one user plans to flow that in your ecosystem, then does that mean that we need to deposit the resources into one place, and then we can have a new alternative in the ecosystem, or the user can just use the original wallet and the token, and they don't need to deposit into extra resources. So it reminded me the ALA technology solution. So one point is actually we don't touch the applications or any data we support. And here the answer is we never touch the data of the users. So later I will give you a more detailed solution or answer. Thank you. So we have 56 seconds. So here is the question. Just now you mentioned the identity and R&D. So what data you have connected besides the Ethernet? So in the Z bridge, So we have the bottom structure or bottom technology, and if it's related to the AOA solution, and specifically, so which chain, I'm not sure. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bridge. Thank you for your introduction, and thank you all the questions from the interviewers. And next, we will invite the second one, Bubble AI. And the third team, please wait here. The light circle, please come here to wait for your turn. Hi everyone, I will give you a brief introduction of myself. I'm Alex. So before I start officially, I have a question for you. Have you thought about that? So for the trading, so whether the data is important or not. So the answer is very simple. So we have a lot of data in different chains, and we have a very good feedback in the market. Of course, data are very important, and if we have a precondition, so we have so-called the data for the tradings or deals. So the off the chain data. So what is the off the chain data? So it concluded the multi-dimensional layers. For example, news, emotions, or even some public opinions, policies, or new Twitter, or the new policy from the Fed Reserve. And another answer is off-chain data are important or not. So our answer is very important. Why it's very important? So here, let's look at the operations we have done. For example, we leverage the public opinions, or we leverage information to do the trading. So every year we have a 500% returning rate, and that's a very simplest quantitative strategy return rate. And why the off-chain data is so important? And quantitative trading, so it's concluded with three levels. So the basic factors and other factors and alpha factors. So the double I is digging the alpha factors, and the investors can get the traders to finish their judgment and do the tradings. And if we want to do that, so we thought we have 4 sessions. So first, data. Secondly, the data analysis tools, and thirdly, the pricing tools, and fourthly, the trading tools. So for the data, so as a dealer, then we hope that the data is complete and timely, and we also hope we need the complete information and we can get it timely. We don't want to wait for a long time. And secondly, in terms of the data analysis tools, I thought you should give me a very fast solution. I don't want to focus on the middle process, and the results should be very valuable. Then that's and we also want to have an intention that we can realize that with a button. Then that's our requirement. And fourthly, the trading tool. So if we finish the previous process, and I have a trading judgment, and I want to do that faster, then we hope we don't have a friction, so we can finish that very soon. So we have so many requirements, right? And of course, that's very normal. And when we are before we work on our products, we have interviewed with hundreds of the dealers and all the traders. They give us a very complicated requirements, and it represents the market demand. And finally, we finish our products. And first, in terms of the data, the current data resource, you can see that first news, Twitter, and on-trend data, and some macro information. And first, in terms of the news, we have some connection or cooperation with the mainstream medias, and we acquire API to make sure that their information can be input into our signal stream. And of course, we also get connected with Wall Street Journal and other different daily journals. And secondly, that's a Twitter information resource. Why it's very important? Because that's also very big fluctuation factors for the price of the tokens or coins. And since Elon Musk became the CEO of Twitter, it's very difficult to get a stream. And to buy those API, it's also very expensive. And we spend so much time working on that. And now the information flow given to us. So the latency is about 0.3 milliseconds and the CX. So, and the on-chain data. So we work around the on-chain data. And we also work with those suppliers of the on-chain data. And in the future, we also have the TG Discord. So we can track the public opinions and the different communities and their emotions. Okay, that's all for the data. And next, how we can do the data analysis. To do the analysis, so we have created our GPT model. So that's a bubble GPT. And what's the function of that? On the right side, you can see the picture. So there are three signals: positive, neutral, and negative. And every information is released. Then bubble GPT make some simple creation. And what does that mean? We can use the GPT model to analyze the emotions, whether that's a positive, negative, or neutral. And here on the side, we can have a more analysis button. After you click that, you may see some interpretation of the information. Because the data are also related with the webs, so the answer may be more accurate than the GPT cloud. And currently, the judgment rate of the emotions is about 70%. And in the future, it may be increased. And later, just like we said, we have data and we also have a data analysis tools. So what can we do? So for the trading tools, then we just input the price you want to buy or what's the up limit or the lower limit. Then click the button. This order can be done. And now we are connected with API. And later we may cooperate with more stock exchanges. And besides the CX trading, we also have a DX trading. And the DX trading is currently connected with the Unix web. And you are connected with your wallet and click the buying and the chain you want to be connected. And on the right side, you can find the coins you can have. So that's very user-friendly because you don't need to go to check in the desk tool. You can just see the K-wave paragraph here with the fastest speed. Then you can finish your judgment and finish your deal. So our data is a single dimension, and in the future, we may develop into the multi-dimensional because the objects we are serving are very professional investors or the traders. So in the future, we will also go to the multi-dimensional level. That's all for my introduction. Next Q&A. Okay, thank you. Okay, we can start the Q&A session. I have a question. Just now you mentioned 70%. So what is 70%? That's a judgment analysis accuracy ratio. So just now we've mentioned that so we can see that we can give a signal to or the sign to the data, and with such a big amount of the title of the news, then we can also give the negative, positive, or neutral symbols. And with that, then we can go to our quantitative models and take them as a factor to do the analysis. And the results finally will be very good. And the model we are working on, that's also the judgment accuracy ratio. So today we are very happy, then this Twitter must be very positive, right? Very happy, so that's positive. And the accuracy for this Twitter resources, so we can also find the accuracy of the emotions expression. And just now you also mentioned that we can increase to 90% on 95%, right? Yes, we plan to do that because it's the AI learned from Stanford, and actually it's very, very good. But we continue to train that, and we are also discussing that. We hope that the ratio can be increased, but it depends on the further results. Thank you. Thank you. Is there any questions? Just now we mentioned the CTO is Stanford. So how about other background from other teams? Okay. I myself, I'm a student. I still work in the university. But our CEO worked in the top US dollar fund. I don't know whether I can give you the name or not.
And our CTO is from Stanford. And then we also have a trader who graduates from Zhejiang University, and after the graduation, then in the trading number list, he's ranking number 10 at Binance. And I have introduced two students here in our team, both from 985 universities or from overseas universities. Last question, please. All right. So since this is a guiding investment and it's useful, why are you making it into a product? Why are your own team finance money and use it for making money? And why are you giving this money-making tool to others? All right. So this is a hidden question behind that is whether this product is really helping people make money. Well, our parent company is providing services. And for our data, it's actually provided to the exchange and market maker. And we were thinking our data themselves could be useful for C-end users. So we want to share this data for everybody to use. However, whether this data can help us make money really depends on the exchange. And for each data according to their cognition, which is of course different, so people can get different result. We also have our own business while using this product to make money. We want to share this product to everybody to use. And we are also trying to get data from the internet. It's only when using our tool, it's easier, it's quicker, and we can help them make the transaction quicker. But for everybody, if they use this product, they have different results. And whether they can make money, it really depends on the investor and their understanding of this market. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. And the next one, life cycle.
I will share my presentation in English, okay? Sorry, my CEO is now joining the panel discussion session, so sorry, I'm here. So, yeah, thank you for everyone and organize this stage for every project. And yeah, today I'm going to share with you. Sorry. So I think anyone can help me to jump into my yeah.
Is this the next one?
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, I think oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I think these 2 days you are all heard so many people talk about life cycle. So what is life cycle? And I will share with you first. So actually, we are building a hyper realistic metropolitan. in 3D and also based on UE5. And also, everybody can see this here. We have HABE. Actually, life cycle is also HABE 2.0. And HABE is our first version. And we are also invited HABE to deeply join in our life cycle city. And we are also use generated AI. And of course, and right now, until now, HABE already have over 1 million users all over the world and followers all over the world. And also, what is life cycle? We are using UE5, and we are using generative AI. And also, let me share with you this also. So this is our product features here, and we have AI avatar generation system, and you all can see that we have different avatar, and we have a unique design team also from UK and London, and also we have lens system, and right now our first phase of lens sale will be open December and November, and also conference system. And sorry, today I cannot show my video here. Actually, I would like to share everybody what is the progress right now, but it seems video cannot share here. So okay, but we will have pictures also here, and also we have NFT marketplace and different NFT projects can also join us and can show in our exhibition hall, actually. And also we have AI scene editor is completely different as Sandbox. And we have our own scene editor. And social system, we are using AI technology. And we are also using AI can help users come into our system, and on our platform, they can also communicate with different IPs. Like in December this year, we are going to have Robbie Williams online concert. So users or listeners, they can also communicate directly with their with IPs, different IPs. And also we have our DI identity system. This is a Web 2 to Web 3 gate. We are open to all the users. And lighting and weather system. And this is our advantages or our highlight of the product. We are completely using a unique lighting and the weather system you can also see it's completely 100% as the reality. So I only have 3 minutes, so I will jump everything very quickly. So here I can show you, this is our application scenarios. Everybody can create game, and without the hassle of promote, we can also they can also publish directly on life cycle, and we also have our immersive. You can enjoy an immersive experience on life cycle, and we do have connection with Desi, the robot project there, and. Entertainment part, we have, right now we do have exhibition and also meeting, the meeting function also open right now, and also concert. And Lifecycle offers a unique digital marketplace for different KOLs and celebrities and brands. They can connect with fans directly. So we all know that on Lifecycle, there is a unique building of HABE. So I think everyone familiar with HABE outside. And also, we are showing all products, digital products of HABE also. So, and also multifunctional. Actually, this is our real picture of exhibition hall. And this is our meeting room in the system, actually. So what is the direct difference compare life cycle with Sandbox. I think the only one is we are doing a hyper-realistic platform, and Sandbox is Voxel. And yeah, let's jump to. So who are our partners already? Because we are UK-based, and we are connecting with so many celebrities already, including singers and also sports celebrities. Like Robin Williams is one of our partner right now. And last night, I think everybody, most of us already joined. Did you join last night, Life Cycle night? So we have Robin Williams now. In December, we are going to have his Metaverse concert on Life Cycle. And last night, Robin Williams himself also announced an official announcement with us, partner with us. So this is also another one of our partner, Ian Botham, who is the god of cricket. I think everybody know him in cricket field, and he's also one of our partner. And this is also DC, the robot product is also one of partner of Lifecycle, and they are going to have we are going to have a DC on Lifecycle, the whole system. So yeah, we jump because I only have 20 seconds. Sorry. So I think that's it for the basic intro about life cycle. Actually, now we are open to talk with different capitals and VCs. And yeah, do you have any questions for me? Yeah, please. Anybody have questions, please?
Any question here?
Hey.
Yes, please.
Yeah, your speech is nice.
Thank you.
I would like to know some technology details about, like, how can Robin Williams to hold a concert in Life Cycle? Thank you.
Oh yeah, actually last night we took the video on Life Cycle night, and everybody can and there is a 5 minutes video in the already come out. Actually, we've made an app and people can download. So I think later I can share with you QR code. You can scan it and then check out. We already have Robbie Williams on the There's an AR app actually. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. Please.
You have other questions?
Oh yeah. Please. Oh, okay. Okay. Here. Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, rather than comparing you guys to Decentraland or Sandbox, to me, I feel like Life Circle is more like Fortnite, because Robin Williams versus Travis Scott or Kid Cudi makes more sense for me.
Yeah.
So actually, you guys are using UE5, right?
Yeah, UE5
so
we are based.
That brings me the question, like, everything should be like local in the server rather than on-chain?
No, it's on cloud. It's all on cloud. Yeah.
It's on
you
cloud.
You don't need to download anything. Just any browser you can open. It can. You can check out on computer. Also, it's also can use on cell phone. Also.
Yeah, I understand. It's on cloud, but off-chain, right?
Yeah, on-chain actually. It's on-chain.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so hi,
Yeah,
thanks
please.
for the presentation.
Thank you.
So, like you said, about being more like Fortnite than Decentraland, what is the business model?
What is the business model? Actually, I've shared with you just now. So we are building. Yeah, we are building like a virtual experience ticketing system. It's like virtual ticket. So we are helping Robin Williams to have concert on Life Cycle. And also we do advertisement and e-commerce. So you all know that Habe already joined us. And we have a unique building. So people can directly buy and sell goods on Life Cycle actually. So sorry, I cannot share videos with you today. Actually, we can connect with Wallet directly and show you how to do that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for all the questions. Thanks, Cycle.
Okay, thank you so much. And another sentence. So I will welcome everybody come to my booth and all NFT related program, and we all welcome you to come onto Lifecycle. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next project is D Planet. Let's welcome D Planet.
Good afternoon, and I'm from the developers community, and we are the EO team. And inside our team, we are working remotely, and we work from the same direction, and we are working together on the future society research. And our product is called the D Planet, and this product. So we work for the individuals or developers or builders and small communities and small teams. So we provide a SaaS platform for them to do the coordination platform. And the objects we serve. So there are 3 types of the customers. So first one, the different builders and operators. And secondly, the small teams. For example, 3 to 5 team members, so we can also call them as a sub-door. And the biggest customer content, so they are the BIO. So some very big communities, and the services we provide can be divided into 3 parts. The first one, the data service, and the second one is the payment or the accounting system, and the thirdly, the governance services, which is the most complicated service. And in the future, many workers in the future society, how to organize and how to produce, distribute all the resources. So because the blockchain is the process of the individual rules setting up, and the rules setting up is the most complicated one, and later I will give you one example. And this is the demo true, and we want to give you some different examples. So that's a product demo and the use case. So this is the community will provide the data service and the different teams in the communities and the projects and the builders files information and etc. and the rules or the governance service. So in this community, that's a Bitcoin correction governance rules, and it's called the free cash community. And in that process, the output of the miner was distributed to the builder, and all the builders can be also contributed to evaluate the accounting and the calculation governance mechanism. And that's also some of the snapshot of our products. And in the future, that's also our network, the blockchain, and the issues they concerned. For example, how we can demonstrate myself and my partners, and also my work tables and the platforms. So in the reality and the internet, the 3 aspects they cared, and what kind of things we are doing, and who I'm working with, and thirdly, so before I work, how much I can get. And this table just platform just divide my money, my resources, and human resources very clearly. And the third one, the last one, is the finance. And here you can find the financial sheet. So they are very simple. So just like I mentioned, different cooperation rules, production, organization, and distribution. So let's see a very detailed examples. And that's the process we called. That's the coordination. And including some basic information, it maybe needs 5 to 6 persons. And we need a translator or the project manager or the UI and the product designer. So we need many requirements and positions. And this team, so maybe it's organized temporarily, and this process includes the recruitment process. And all the people thought if they are suitable for this project, then they can be recruited or send the application. And after the recruitment of the team, people can work together and for the negotiation. And with the general budget, everyone can also send the application of the budget. And finally, we may also form a negotiation result. And if all the people's budget added, so they are equal or the smaller than the total budget, then this is like the negotiation agreement. Then the negotiation is done. And after this process, so we may have two results. The first one, we will sign the agreement of the cooperation.
And then for a smart contract, well, we don't know about each other, and after negotiation and reach this agreement, and then everybody would transact securely even without trust through smart contract. And the money can be sent to each body's account. So this is the overview of our project, from the launching of this project and the the establishment of the team, as well as the negotiation. And the last, we have a transaction process. We've been talking about individual and teams. And actually, this organization could be very complex. One program could be joined by a team, or two individuals, or even one team. And inside this team, there could be two members. And based on smart contract, we have a multi-layered settlement system. And with each body's digital identity and digital profile, and through this negotiation process, and based on the rules and the process, we can realize very secure settlements, and our future society can organize labor and production in this way. At last, I'd like to talk about how long this process is gonna be. Well, the blockchain is based on consensus from a bottom-up manner, and we can work with different communities and different teams to fine-tune its rules, and we can offer this rule-based service and data service. Thank you so much. Any questions? What is your maturity, and what is your difference with deep work? Well, our style are different. This is version 2.0, and it's already operating for more than half a year. And this black style is version 3.0. And 3.0 is being developed and designed. But for deep work, we focused on several points. First of all, people, and then people and the organization. We focus on these relationships. This is what we are concerned about. And second of all, the rule of collaboration. The rules include how are we going to form teams, how are we allocating responsibilities, and also how are we going to do the settlements. So we should focus on organization, production, and allocation. So this is not really the similar with the DWorks focus. How many people are using your platform? Well, at the moment, the version 3 we are planning to promote, but for version 2.0, it's several communities that are using, and our team are also from these communities. All right. I'd like to ask for your work record, is it on chain or not on the chain? Well, for our work record, it's based on the offline data. But for the offline data, we are trying to get a really nice user experience, but we are also using the semantic network to organize this data to store them on the chain. And we also have the semantic network for helping with the relationship analytics and person's feature analytics. And the data generates off-chain, but when doing the archiving, we are carrying out that piece of work on the chain. We have an ERP called 4824, and it's a start and a method of promoting that. Have you paid attention to that? No, we haven't heard of that. Hi, I have one question. Hi. So have you think about your profitability model? This is number one. Number two, what is your customer acquisition strategy? And the third, as you mentioned before, you are more focused on the relationship between people and the teams. And when there's conflict and dispute, how do you resolve them? These are the three questions. All right. As for profit model, at the moment we don't have a key focus on the profit model, and during this settlement process, we want to make something that's useful. And once it's useful, and we can operate our own company. Maybe we can have this AI assistant, or maybe we can pay a few dollars every month. We want to you take a micro innovation model on the internet, and then we can think about making profit. Second of all, customer acquisition. So this is one of our solutions. So on the first stage, when accumulating users, we are also working with external partners. For example, our products can be used by each community. But for each community, they have their own hackathon, they have the grant plan. But there are already incentives to reward these developers. So we need to work and engage with salesperson. We need to work with them. We need to write a smart contract to organize external sales and promotion personnel. So this is our way of customer acquisition for the first stage. As for your third question, so when there is a dispute or conflict, well, for the third question, I need to avoid answering this question. Well, during the formation of social rules, there is going to be rules. Let's not be afraid of those problems. We need to negotiate on how we solve these problems when we encountered one of them. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you for all the venture capital investors. Next project, Eden AI Game. Thank you very much, Deep Planning.
好，我是来自 Eden 的一个我们的。
Hi, I am from Eden. I'm the technical lead at Eden. I'm going to introduce a game called 在人间. And the inspiration can date back to year 2018. One of our team members has been working for the gaming industry for more than 20 years. He wants to do something similar with Life Simulator. In year 2019, this kind of a game used to be very popular in China. In the early 2023, Stanford Village, leveraging LLM, successfully become very beautiful. So we want to also leverage the LLM to simulate the Western world. But in this village, we are only the viewer and we cannot get in there to living there. So we want to allow users to get into this Western world to experience a complete life. So for all of our roles, we apply a digital label on them. So each one has a unique property, and you can regard this role as one of your avatars in this virtual world, and he can help you experience things that you have never experienced before. And then we can use the LLM combined with AI agent. So our game is totally different from the traditional one. But here in our game, we have the AI agent game, and we can use LLM to analyze user behavior and create new game content. And each person, due to your choice, your personality, and what you experienced, people have totally different experience, just like how we experience our real life. And now I'm going to list something. A male, 26-year-old, single, and each one has their own properties. And each user is going to meet someone here, and we can get some special event, just like my life.
Maybe that's some language or independent thoughts for the big language model with a combination of the event. Finally, we may form a complete life. So maybe you can also marry with some MP. Finally, we can get married and give birth to a child. And after that, you may have a child, and they may also have a memory of their life. And every day, we may also have that in our research and development process. And here, they may care about the final summary of who am I in this life. And to have some commercial models, we also have the order token. So that's also the payment goods. So in our life, so every day we cannot repeat our life. But in this game, if I suffered from some painful events, so we can pay for that, and I can rebuild my life in my game, or they may get a better or even perfect experience. Suppose 1 year I lost my previous girlfriend because I said something wrong, and finally I stopped this relationship. And this time we can pay for that, and we can use some token to change our life and our destiny. So if you want to give more, then you change, or even you can realize the better life you deserve. And here, this is a very blue ocean product because we don't have a very similar products like that. And we also have a very high expectation to what kind of final result of the AI past the game, and what kind of life simulator. So maybe the real experience can be also proven in the game. So that's a very strong emotional driven. And with that emotional driven, so we may also produce some words of the mouth in the social media. And what we have done, maybe it's very movable or very touching. And in that process, it can be also a marketing process. And that's also difficult from the traditional method. So maybe we can also use the recommendation in the Apple platform. We can attract more players to join us. And for the technician analysis, for now, the initial process is like this. Every day we have some to-do list, and in the agenda, we may also have some random events, and the players can use some destiny token to decide that they can realize these random events, and through that behavior, they can also promote the process of the whole life. And the feature of the technology, first we use AI technology driven. So that's not the designer driven. So every life or every player have a unique experience, and it's scalable. And in that process, we accumulated a lot of data, and we can have analysis. And in different cities or different countries, we are also making some amendment. For example, in the USA, you have a different experience in the middle school compared with that in China. And in addition, after the combination of the data in different countries promotion, we also have different emotions and cultural difference. So we have a tailor-made process. And finally, we hope that we can have a whole set based on the AI technology. So the model can be also copied to other games. It's not only limited in this game. So that's the life experience game. And for now, we can also give some model to the players, and it can be also promoted in the Minecraft. And the producer, so here, introduction of the producer. So he worked in all those famous games in the past 20 years in China, and I worked in Ali Cloud, and I also worked in AI and SaaS field. And the cost of the total game, total amount is about 3.5 million. So that's a very small cost trial project. Thank you for your attention. Okay, thank you. And the question and answer QA session can be started now. Is there any questions? So what is your stage in your project? For now, the AI agent. So we have realized the technology of the AI agent and for the visualization of the pictures. So now we are working with that. So we are working on the engine of the games, and we have finished the bottom structure of the technology of this game. Okay, is there any other questions? So if no questions, thank you, EDI game. And next, we will invite EDG metric computing. Thank you. It's my great pleasure to share with you EMC project and some inspiration and the process of the whole project. So I want to make the beginning very simple. So the positioning of the EMC is as infrastructure. So we position it as AI plus Web3. So that's based on the GPU, and through the blockchain agreement, we integrate with the GPU. That's a decentralized computing network. And the EMC, the bottom structure is based on the blockchain agreement with the operation of the agreement. Then all the segmented GPU can be leveraged through the EMC network, and that's a decentralized computing network. And on that, compared with a traditional distributive or the agent computing, the difference is, so that's the penetration model. So you don't need to put your GPU in your specialized IDC data center, and we can just use IPC to leverage the computing power. And the working model is very simple. So that's AIG mining behavior. So you just use your idling GPU. Then you can use that to get the reward, and the GPU can be also run for some AI projects. And on the ecosystem, we have some normal users. And just now I listened to the AI models and applications, and you can also put your applications into this level. And we can also have developers. You need to do some AI development, but you don't need to understand so many complicated things. And the framework of AI can be also finished with EMC. And then the supplier of the EMC can also help you to do that. And Docker can integrate your computing power into that system. And the token holder can be also involved in the governance of the network. And on the base of that, we also build the EMC hub. And this is like the decentralized computing network. So this is like the Hugging Face. So with that, you can integrate the computing force and application level and the development level. So you can imagine like this, the EMC network plus the AWS and the EMC hub, and they are connected seamlessly. Generally speaking, the EMC nodes are integrated with AI application frameworks and GPU clusters, and through the hub, you can develop your applications on the top of that and store that and run that. And through the development of AI, for example, you can also develop the AI or the games and the social game applications. So this is like the AWS plus the GitHub and then the Apple Store. So that's a closed loop of the ecosystem. The advantage is a lower cost and the decentralization. It's more environmental friendly. For now, what we can realize is we can use the AMC network. So first one, in general, we can divide the AI into several aspects, the training and the reasoning, and the GPU capacity is rendering. And we are familiar with that if you are the game player. And in the EMC network, you can also run the reasoning services, for example, the language models, stack diffusion, or some new models can be run on the top of that. And you don't need to care about the environment of the configuration. So Dockers can produce that. And then you can use the models and produce API. And if you use that for some terminal applications, it's very easy. Yesterday, I helped the game investment. So that's a very big game. So with the investment of the 1 billion, so we can just do the API in 2 days, and we can also handle 10 million users. So if we can finish the negotiation of the API payment, that's it. The traditional games can have the AI capacity. So here we also have segmented nodes, and here the GPU can be used for that. And we also build some super nodes. For example, we have H100 or A100 GPU connected to run the big language models training. So we are building those nodes like this. And meanwhile, something I really want to do that. So we always talk about the decentralization of the Web3. And what does that mean for the decentralization? So the token will run on this chain, and the ledgers will be recorded in the ledger. So your data will belong to you. And if you want to move the Web2 data to Web3, it's very difficult. We're discussing with Ali or Tencent, and those companies' negotiation process is very difficult. But for our current system for AI, so all the avatar and all the data we produce in the Web3. So we can use the decentralization to get the EMC nodes. And currently, it's also connected with the public chain. So in their nodes, they also build the storage, and you can imagine that you don't need to use a ChatGPT. So you can just use your own GPT to run your own data, and all the user habit or the training process so belong to yourself. And that's also cross-chain. You can use that everywhere. So here, we also work with some cloud manufacturers. We compared some costs. Basically, the EMC computing cost is about 20% or 30% of AWS. We still can have a 40% gross profit. And the Hugging Face. So for AI player, you use that for many times. And it's not so convenient to use, but it can also provide the computing power. So why you spend so much time for the maintenance and operation? And for developers, we have to know the driver, framework, and etc. I don't need to spend so much time on that. We have a one-stop solution to do that. So the the EMC hub can make the Docker, and the miners can get more rewards to do that. So here we can just use the developers and the terminal users can use that directly. And this is the interface and the hi-fi model market, and that's in some nodes we are running. And the Docker can be bigger, and the models frameworks can be bigger, or we are hoping that we can finish that upgrading in 2 months. And for now, we have 31,000 nodes, and for those, we can run the strong reasoning. So total number of the nodes is 4,000, and now we are also decreasing that. So for now, we are doing the upgrading. And on top of that, we are building some computing financial derivative market, and that's a demo process. So how we can do on the decentralization network, we don't need to write a code, and we can just do some refining of the parameter. You can integrate the computing force with the model, and you can construct your application, and then you can make the charging to your users. For the time sake, I have to do that very fast. And the bottom, totally 4 layers. On the top of that, the agreement level, physical level, application level, and on the top of that, that's asset level, financial level. And on the top of that, you can also have some nodes. Your computing power can be used to borrow more token to get more financial products. And based on that computing index, you can also coordinate the AI market resources. And here we are going to publish the first RW product, and we also work with Deloitte together. That's the audit we are working with them. And after that, for investors or those buyers of the assets, we can realize 30 to 40% of the annual investment return rate. That's a very good wealth management product. And the next generation Web3, so that's even better for the financial investment. Okay, thank you. Next, let's invite distinguished guests to ask questions. Only one question because the time is very limited. Any question for EMC? If no, thank you, EDG. Thank you, Matrix Computing. And the next is gamification interactive. Hello, good afternoon. I'm from SUD. I'm the Chief Operator, Liu Ting, and next I will share with you SUD GI project and the interactive project, and we also hope that we can have some interactive from you. And what is the SUD and how we can define GI? So I think GI is for everyone because GI, after we experienced the RTI, so that's a 10 years process of the RT. And actually in the past 10 years, we also experienced transformation from Web 2 to Web 3 and the iteration and the whole process. So most of you have been tired of the current interactive model. So we thought the GI will be the next generation interactive era. Why is that? In the Web3 projects, we can see a lot of games projects, and most of them are also recognized. And when you start to get some new projects, the game is a very good way to inspire your imagination and the participation. And in the whole process, I think game can also give you a very strong demonstration, including the operation and the experience. And the next, how we can upgrade our application to the next GI era. So here you can see that's a real case of our customers. So in averagely 2 weeks, we can finish the upgrading from TI to GI. And as the game interactive business, we can also participate in the application status. And in random status, we can also demonstrate that in the game interaction model. And this is a whole chain, completely new product operation space. And what is the biggest problem we are facing? So whether we have someone can use this tool. So we are using shopping cart. Why the ROI shopping cart is so low? Because we can realize that when we are using the tools, so it depends on the operation status. The first day we are working on that, we realize that, and that's why in the whole process, and the structure of the products and the designing process, we also get involved into our applications. And in your usage process, GI is never a tool. So that's a status, and we can upgrade that and can help you to increase the space. And the product status can be also demonstrated. It can help you to get back the lost customers. And we can also get involved into the different sessions into our applications. And in the whole GI cloud, many may ask you, as a startup, how can you follow so much content? And we made the interactive platform to serve our application. And in the upstream, we also make the SU CPP. And that's an open platform. We welcome the developers to join us. And after that, they join us. They don't need to change their technology. They don't need to be familiar with the technology. They just retain their original status. Then they can become a part of our opening platform, and they can use their original content to provide to our customers and users. So this whole chain for the developers, it's very user-friendly. And just now we mentioned that in terms of our product status, and we help the developers to realize our application. It's because we have two key technologies, the GE Hub. So what is a GE Hub? So actually in SUD, our internal definition is we use the browser and the engine of the game, so we can provide the feasibility of our technology, and we can also explore further future. And the GI Hub can be also provided to our users through the status we just mentioned. And here, this example. So very famous social platform use our business, and that's a GI upgrading whole value chain in this product. And they also use the social platform also used our business. So you can see that in the whole process, the recommendation and etc. Our businesses can be helpful for the upgrading of the data of the application with our business. And that's later I will show you our performance of the data. And secondly, through this technology, what kind of a status we can realize. So actually, when we are using one service or one application, we may have a question. I have used your technology and others are also using your technology. Then how can we have the differentiation or uniqueness? So that's a very good answer. So in the standard feasibility, so we always find our balance point, and we can use the key technology to help our users. So in the visionary interaction and in the terms of the logic aspects, we can find the differentiated or the tailor-made status of the demonstration, and we can help our applications to be shown in our interactive session in the games. And just now from the picture, you can see that's the snapshot of the game, and we can provide the games. And here 6 pictures, that's different customers' application demonstration. And you can see they are totally different. And the application can also be used in different logics. And the users can keep their own logics. And here, that's a very real customer cases. And we can have a try. And if you are very interested, I can show you privately. And just now we mentioned that our status is serving more customers. We have served 500 customers, and totally we touched 200 million users. And for now, we also realized 70% of the second day returning number, and you can also experience that. You can see that all the numbers are astonishing or surprisingly high, and you can also see that all the data can show that the users have some demand of the interactive game. And maybe someone may ask me, so whether you are only game company. So actually, game interaction is totally different from just a game. So it can help you to understand the content, and the gaming interaction can help you to improve your application. And currently, we have made a lot of practices. We can see the demand of that, and why it's very valuable. So just now in the previous slide, we also discovered that all the data, including the nodes, can have big data improvement of our application. And just now we mentioned two key technologies, and they are also the technology can be found only in our company. So that's what I want to share with you. And after the meeting, if you are interested, we can have a private conversation. Thank you. Thank you. Is there any questions? Hello. Good afternoon. So I have a question. So compared with the first one, are you the same company? Yes, we are same company. Like the first speaker. So just like, so today we said what is the relation with Web3 and AI. So actually the first project is also the BU project of the same company. And we have served many Web2 products from both home and abroad. And we also have a big infrastructure chain, and everyone want to move to the Web3, and that's a trend. And we are figuring out how we can do that. And some customers are moving from 2 to 3, then they want to know how to do the wallet and how to do the payment and etc. So through the side game fusion, so we can have the infrastructure. So we have a DCLA, but today I didn't give you the details introduction. And through DCLA status, we can make sure that the Web2 applications can be transformed to Web3, including the assets can also be transferred to Web3. And suppose you have the cloud image, you can only use in the Web3, that's your digital asset. But through our application, so we can connect all the information into the same channel, and you can see the potential behind that. Thank you. Okay, for the time's sake. Thank you, gamification interaction. Thank you for your introduction. And the next, Pinhead.
Hi everyone, I'm going to introduce my project Impact. And we are a AI fitness and gaming application. So let's have a look at our product video. It seems the video cannot be played. Anyone can help with clicking? And also maybe the sound. Can we have the audio, please? No? All right. Let's skip that. If you are interested, you can have a look and try of our product on all the cell phone, computer, and you can download and use our app. Some introduction about our team. So our core team is being incubated in the YC in the US, and our CEO graduated from UC Berkeley and also got an MBA from Peking University. So a lot of investors and from Silicon Valley has connection with our CEO, and also John Greenharper is also the former Nike ambassador, and I am one of the partner at Asia Pacific region. And for Hasham, he's a famous founder for games. And this is our advisory team, including Kevin Lin, the Twitch founder, and Kai Huang, the Guitar Hero founder, and also Tim House is the Netscape CTO, and also Forrest Griffin, the VP of Athlete Dev at UFC. And we have 40 plus ambassadors globally in the field of fitness, sports, MMA, esports, gaming, streaming, etc. And they have 500,000 followers to several million followers. And at the moment, Kevin Garcia is the UFC middleweight fighter, and Kevin Garcia is also the Ultimate Fighter. So currently, each year in the past, whether you are working remotely or learning remotely, or using Uber Eats or meeting your partner online, the percentage is about 10% to 30%. So for online dating has already taken 40% of our population. And the fitness and the sports market size is about 450 billion to 500 billion US dollar, and it includes the transaction of actual goods, including food and drinks, and also for virtual products such as fitness and also insurance. Well, that's about 3 trillion yuan, 3 trillion USD of a market. And now we are focused on the online fitness and the sports segment. At the moment, the transaction volume is already 1.6 US dollar, and according to the reports and the statistics, the growth will be about 30%. For these top players in the online fitness, they are using a GPS or hardware, but Impact does not need any third-party hardware. We rely on standard camera on your phone, your pad, or on your laptop. For our product, we use AI and computer vision technology. In the past 2 years, we developed the top motion control technology. With this technology, we have the full flying wheel system, so anyone can use our system to build your fitness course. We can identify 50 gestures, 40 actions, and 5 different modes. And we have more than 800 user-generated courses. And anyone can build your community, invite your friends, build teams, or even launch a game or contest. And we have a team for inviting people to join, and institutions or schools can also use them. And then we have the AI coach system. So the AI coach understands your needs and can help arrange your courses. If you are not doing it correctly, the AI coach will have a verbal correction, and after the training is complete, we can have a report after it's done. And the last system, we have the AI coach real-time feedback. Since we cannot play the video, we will also skip that. And then we have the SDK. When simulating moves, we are the leading technology provider. And after we have this technical capability, we can use any motion and gesture to bond with any instruction. So we have these little games based on motion control. It's not like a one-on-one simulation, but we can bond any direction with special moves. And we will open the SDK to third-party developers to use them. We also have the NFT marketplace and the digital avatars. Our NFT has all kind of functions, and the first series will be launched in Q4 this year. As for our business model and the revenue source, we can see there are four segments. For example, we have the in-app store, and for the virtual product transaction, we have the Fortnite, and we have the skin for the King of the Glories, and the transaction volume is about 6 billion US dollar. And then for the subscription, for example, we have this VIP subscription service, including private trainer and a nutritionist, or we can also offer high-end and special service to schools, to institutions, and we also have the Roblox metaverse world. Now, globally, during cold launching, we have 10 million users starting from this year. And I'm going to skip our pathway. Now let's go to our vision. Our vision is to create a virtual world. And in this world, it's like a Roblox for fitness and sports. Anyone can organize their community, invite their families and friends to join, and even connect with them. And we can add a social networking function in that and meet new friends in our virtual world. This is what we want to build based on social metaverse for fitness and sports. So thank you very much. And we welcome you to reach out to me for discussion and also experience our application. Thank you very much, Impact, for your sharing. Now, for questions, anyone? All right, if you have no questions, thank you so much, Impact. And the next, Cycle Network.
Hello， 大家好。
Hi everyone. After listening for 2 hours, we are now getting our teams and partners on stage of Cycle Network. All right, at Cycle Network, we are a infrastructure project. Well, after accepting the invitation, I was thinking, how can we present this infrastructure project? So within 5 days, we made a full chain application demo. Cycle Network is resolving a multiple chain settlement full chain ledger. We hope that developers, users can screen this complexity while only enjoying Web3. Why are we resolving this problem? For Web2 people, when entering Web3, they thought they are in Web3, but they are at Web 2.5. When entering Web3, you were thinking about which coin are they using. So their first stop is a centralized exchange. So Binance have more than 100 million users, but the SEX asset is only about 130 million. Because Web3 is already attracting a lot of people to enter this industry. But we have all kind of safety bugs and private key management issues, so we cannot safely put all our money on one chain. That is why a lot of users stayed in Web 2.5. Cycle Network wants to solve this problem to simplify the operation of multiple chains. Now we see that when our users is using the application, for example, one user wish to engage with DEX on RB and then wants to play a game. So he needs to obtain the ETH and then to signature and consumption but there is no absolutely secure solution for crossing the different chains. He needs different cross-chain bridges and to experience the BSC game. And if he use the application at Rona, for example, it's like jumping from Alipay, from WeChat. It's only transferring from the application. All of those transfer efforts are conducted by Paymaster. So the user doesn't have to prepare anything in advance. So what's the experience for developers? So all the developers need to deploy smart contracts in all the chains. However, we need to establish this fluidity pool, but that's not friendly to startup developers. So if they are using Cycle, you can connect all the Web3 user without deploying this fluidity pool, or say liquidity pool. So in the user layer, how can we realize a scenario where the user doesn't have to change his or her Web2 user habits? We have our own original abstract account. It's a native abstract account, and it's like a very DDoS attack appearance. And for this abstract account, they have the multi-chain rollup. So we are not only connecting all the EVM, but we can also connect to Solana or Cosmos chain. So all the Cosmos chain solution cannot offer this solution to us. So let me present our demo. This is our function. This is a plugin and play function, and we have the single sign-on, and we also have the two-step settlement. This is our full chain, stable chain application scenario. Hi everyone, I'm the founder of iSing. So our vision is to become a full chain sustainable stable coin. We know that in the Ethereum ecosystem, for people hosting a lot of Ethereum, the user cannot put them on the bridge. So we are accepting the deposit asset, that's ETH and LSC. For example, if they are working with Cycle, then with the Ethereum main network, then this cycle can be transferred to any IERL2 network supported by Cycle, and we can realize our vision of full chain stable coin. So this is not our home run today. I cannot fully demonstrate the async contract, and it's a market scenario and application scenario. So if you're interested, we welcome more communications with you. And then we have a deck for you, and we have a simple demo on Ethereum. In the testing site, we deposit ETH and we mint SHC, and we use Cycle to transfer it to the base testing site, and then transfer them back to the testing site of Ethereum. And hi, I'm going to illustrate this video. And this is our deposit of a stable coin. And here we can see we are using 0.01 Ethereum to exchange with 5 AUSD. And we get the AUSD to cross-chain to the Cycle network. The video is quite fast. But through the Gurley, we can cross the cycle network. We have to wait for 15 minutes, and then they can successfully cross the chain. So this is on the base for the same token AUSD to a cycle network. And then we need to roll out from the cycle network. We need to transfer this token to Gurley or base. This is the same steps. So we pre-prepared this token. And here, the moment of a rollout, it already succeeded, and it has already created a transaction on their respective network. So on Base and Gurley, we haven't checked in the balance because we still need the two transactions to be confirmed. So that is why we need to wait for 5 minutes. And here, we can claim on the respective chain. And here, it's already in their respective network. It's already successful, and we can see the change in the balance. All right, so this is basically our demo. Thank you very much.
And the whole process can be done through one derailment. So in no longer than 1 day, we can finish that. And we finish the testing. It can be also get online, and we can realize the whole process. So that's our team. So thank you for your time. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Cycle Network. Thank you for your presentation. And is there any question for Cycle Network? So I have a question. So just now in the whole process of the crossing chain, so why you wait for 5 minutes? What we are doing? So okay, 15 minutes. So just now you said 15 minutes waiting. So actually it takes some time for confirmation. We need to guarantee for the multi-chain status safety need to be confirmed. So we set up some waiting time. So we can confirm your operation can be confirmed in the multi-chains. Then we come back. So you are working on the transformation of the crossing chain. You can understand like this. We are the whole big hub of the different chains, and with the different protocols compared with other cross-chain protocols. So the whole process is trustable, and we construct the layer with this process, so we can confirm the safety of the whole chain, and and verification can be trusted. That's our technical feature. Thank you. Very good presentation. So I have a question. It seems like the cross-chain issue, so the money in the middle of the process, so that's in the cycle eco. And the e-token, where is the e-token? When I transfer one token to cycle or eco, so where is the token? So because you have your account, and in your so the token is in your account, and the whole chain process, so the token is always in your account. Okay, so previously the money, the token is in the address of my wallet, right? Yes. Then I approved this trading, and this token was transferred to the account. So it's still your account. So we use an innovative technology to realize the whole crossing chain process. And in the process, you can understand like this. So that's a very compatible layer. So that's transformed to one agreement. So my account is the agreement address. It's controlled by UA. So it was transferred from my UA account to the external account controlling agreement address. And this one can be only controlled by my account, right? So here in your social cycle network, we use the same amount of the token, right? just like the previous case. So that's the stable coin, and the token is issued by its own project management. And in the Ethernet, the EHT, so the protocol can help to do the transferring. So just like the previous case you gave, so we need to put on the testing web and the cycle tool and the base. We need to have all the agreement, right? No, we don't need to do that. So the cycle agreement contained this all part, right? So we need the liquidity for 3 parts. We don't need to do that. So that's the wireless process. After you get the coin into that, then you already have your liquidity. So it's different from the previous one. If we want to have a liquidity, we have to do something. So this is an unlimited inflow and outflow process. Okay, thank you, Second Network. Thank you for your presentation and answer. Next, let's invite our next project, Mooring Protocol. Thank you for the organizer and the investors and the builders. Thank you for this opportunity we can share with you our project. So that's a Mooring Protocol. I'm Ethan. I'm the founder of this project. So this picture, so maybe you have seen that, right? So that's the whole Web3. So we've moved from migrant from the Earth to the Mars. So that's imagination. So we have a lot of details. I don't want to focus on that. The EHT is the hub. And the layer 2, we have different protocols, and we also have infrastructures. So you can see that from ETH to the layer 2. So that's like the trains or the light way and the different infrastructures. And for Bitcoin ecosystem, so that's like the muddy road connected to the ETH. But our protocol is built here. So I think this picture is very vivid. I'm very confident that in the future, our protocol can be also a very important part of this ecosystem. And here, this is our product that's called the Merlin Bitcoin. So that's the second generation Bitcoin stable coin. So I think, so that's like the decentralized version web Bitcoin. Then the first generation Bitcoin, so produced the LBTC, and the first deal was done with Bitcoin last September. They work with the different token, and they custodize the BTC to the Bitcoin, and then it was also released by the ETH. And for now, so that's the resources of the 30% of the DeFi. It's distributed to the Markdown and the Wave Compound and the Unix wraps. So that's the fourth biggest TV liquidity trading. The total value is 4.1 billion US dollar, ranking number 17. The profitability model is like this. When users are using Bitcoin or the Wave BTC, and then the trader can get 0.5% trading fee. That's the first generation. And the development process is not very short. In the whole process of the Web3, so it takes about 3 to 4 years. And a big problem is the ethics risk. So in the Web3, so totally we have 20.8 billion US dollar digital assets involved in the cross-chain business. And that's a very important part of the whole ecosystem. But 90% of the asset, just like Winnie asked this question. So actually that's controlled by one project. And that's also the challenge of the human nature. And the second question is the decentralized risk. When C-terminal users give the asset to one project, controller, they have to put into the cold wallet. Maybe we have some loss risk, or it can be also given to the server. But hacker can use a different method. They may lose this asset. One example, in July 2023, the multi-chain have some abnormal outflow of the asset. So 125 million US dollar digital asset was withdrawn by someone. So we don't know how they can get those money out. And several days ago, another stock exchange lost 8 million US dollars. So that's two questions. The second question, too much centralization of the asset, we may see some safety issues. And another ethic risk. So when social application lost some digital asset, and then they said 50-50. So each party undertake half of the losses. Just like we mentioned the two questions, when the asset have some big scale application, then with centralization of your asset, you may suffer from the risk of the ethics, or you may be attacked by the hacker. And why we said so much, because we are facing these kind of challenges. And let's go back to this valuing Bitcoin, and what problem we want to solve. So that's two problems we have to solve. So in the whole structure picture, you can see that we are making reference of the Bitcoin Flash network, and how we can realize that this internet was organized by the micropayment channels and the service nodes, and in the whole process, users are choosing one of the service channels, and in that structure, we also inherit the similar option. And here we have a cross-chain service. So here, that's not the Web3 project. Actually, that's a Web3 protocol. And here, everyone need to use this and pay for us. And you can also deposit your asset into this protocol, and then the C-terminal customer can also get the service and pay for that. So it means you can, in the ETH, so we can use the interacted contract, and then we can offer some insurance for the asset customers give to you. And then we can prevent the risks of the asset. And the BTC is not given to the project. Actually, they are segmented to millions of the service channel nodes. So it's safer and segmented. So in the intelligent contract, we may have some insurance to guarantee the safety of the asset. And secondly, for the decentralization mechanism, so we can use our protocol to produce the stable coin, and we can also provide the cross-chain services. And the third one is the governance we mentioned. So that's also why we have a token, because that's not only a product, so it also contains the whole ecosystem, and the protocol contains the consumer and the server provider, and we also have some gaming, including the tax and the trading fees, the adjustments, and the decision making, and etc. So let's make some comparison. So we call it the MBDC, and they call them the WBDC. So they are the centralization, and ours are decentralization. Just now we gave you some explanation, and actually they are making money from the users, and we give the benefits or profits to all the party of this community. And fourthly, we sign the link with the builder, and so we are responsible for the PDC to the bridge or the ETH asset, and we also are the Chainlink application and the cooperator. Based on the Chainlink, we can realize the for base, and we also can realize the cross chain. And we also work with the Spawn and the Starnet. and we talk with the leader of the ecosystem. They also hope that we can develop in their ecosystem, and we can also support the defined asset. So here there is a marketing strategy, 3 parts. So first, for the cross-chain services and distributed to MRC tokens and accumulate TVL, and through the DEFI and RWAs, the profit can be transferred. And that's also the growth model of the token. So, and for example, we have 4 years. We spend 4 years to finish the whole process. We want to make it more decentralized, and it can serve the community. And in the next 1 to 2 years, so we can also finish that in the past 4 years. So we estimated that. So the blue part. So you can see that that's our deeper layer and the MBDC. And of course, we also have some offline businesses. So here the MRC, just now we mentioned that. So in 1 to 2 years, we can have a very mature model. So the release number will be more than 50%. And finally, I want to have some, introduce some trends. So first, Bitcoin. So totally we have 200 days, the Bitcoin may be halved. And the ETF. So in November this year, we are going to have the second time voting, and the third one before March next year, we are going to have the ETF. So Web3 will be a very big market promotion.
We are ready. I don't know whether you are ready, because the bear market won't wait for people that's not prepared. That's all from me. Thank you. Now let's move to the Q&A section. Hi, thank you very much for your sharing, and I have one question for you. And for my Bitcoin, where are they stored, and who have the rights to withdraw this coin? This is a very professional question. First of all, myself, are early participants on the Lightning Network. And in 2018, we have a torch at the Lightning Network. Now there are 5,000 BTC on their network. As a service provider, you need to open up a node on the cloud service. There is a 2/2 multiple signature. So first of all, you are a service provider, but you are also a witness. So on the basis of that, you have to do one more stuff, that is to work with cloud provider. So you need to make sure that the signature is in a reliable calculation environment, not hacked by any bad actor. We are very similar. We have two part of assets. One is on the cloud service. The other one is hosted on the Ethereum smart contract. So we have a 2 layer of protection to safeguard the security of the user's assets. And for this node in our smart contract, we need to prevent them from this bad behavior. And what about the assets for over storage? And what is the we have 150 collateral, and we have 65 are using for Ethereum, and 35% is USDC. And in the future, we can choose more assets, maybe layer 2 token, but they are also joining this assurance model. But of course, it's community driven. And in the future, if you are growing really fast, maybe the one who's spending or using the deposit, they are not willing to do that anymore. But for example, for 100 BTC, you have to deposit 150 BTC assets. And if there is any bad behavior, then we need to compensate the user through these assets. I mean, maybe users are not willing to deposit anymore. For example, with 100,000 Bitcoin, then he need to deposit 150,000 Bitcoin. Actually, SCORM also asked a very similar question. We need to march through a very long stage. Now we are only 10 to 20,000 BTC. And we are already ranking number 100 in the market. But at the moment, we still need to do some formalic verification, but we don't have to focus on that at the moment. Thank you very much for Merlin Protocol. And now the next project is Phantom. Hi, everyone. The project I brought today is Phantom. I see that for all the projects are the traditional program, but we are focused on security. We are probably the only one focusing on security. My name is Noah, and I am the CSO of Lunary. Phantom is one of our product. Our company name is Lunary. And the product is the next generation blockchain threat detection and the mitigation platform. Now, to clarify some directions, we are Lunary, founded in 2021. We are a blockchain security company in Singapore, and we are committed to making Web3 ecosystem more secure. This is our slogan, and what we have been doing. First of all, why do we think in Web3 security really matters? Well, according to the statistics, in 2023 Q1 and Q2, there are 365 Web3 security incidents, and leading to 600 million US dollars of losses. And this is a huge loss. And in year 2021, we were established. We made a statistic about the Web3 security incidents trends. For example, in 2021, there were 68 of them, leading to 161 million of US dollar losses. We can see there are so many security incidents, and they are growing really fast. And it's Web3 is directly linked to the user's assets. Any Web3 security incidents will lead to the loss of assets. Let's see a figure. I think you are not unfamiliar with that. This is a very horrible incident. The value of the assets is now almost zero. Sometimes there would be a report, or second of all, hackers may launch an attack and stole all their coins. So what we need to do here is to prevent such incident from happening again, or avoid the losses for the users. The reason we have a Phantom platform, we want to have a real-time on-chain data analysis and monitoring. We can identify the threats and abnormal transactions of the smart contract. And we can send alerts to help users to avoid fraudulent projects. And we can also help the project to be protected from hacking and fraud. We have two functions. First of all, we identify potential risks of the smart contract. Second, we can alert abnormal transactions and mitigate the risks real time. First of all, our first function, the smart contract scanner. This is the screenshot of our products. For the smart contract scanner, we can use it to scan for security vulnerabilities and risks for the user. If I'm an investor and I am a user, I'd like to invest in some projects, but I don't know if there's any threats. For example, I can only buy but not sell, or if the IP token is already locked. So these are all project-related risks. For this smart contract scanner, we can scan its smart contract to identify the risks. For your scanning, if the project holder didn't open and share the original code, what do you do? So we have a two-part, including the code level scanning, and then we have analytics to the data on chain, including the smart contract variables. Well, for the first scenario, if a project is a open source project, the second scenario is a non-open source project, but we can still compile and translate this smart contract and analyze its grammar tree to identify some of its security problems. If they are not open source, for example, it's a code, then we can capture this bad code for some pre-treatment, and then we can generate a control flow chart to identify some of these risks. And then after analyzing the data on the chain, we can identify its variables and parameters on the smart contracts, and we can send alerts to the users and generate a list of risks for the user to read. So users can make a judgment whether he or she is going to invest in this project or not. For the second part, the transaction monitor, that's for monitoring the transactions. Because for one of our projects after development, we need to get it online for operation, and there could be all kind of security incidents, including hackers attack or other abnormal security incidents. The user is also afraid that the project would take away the liquidity pool or alter its logical contract. So this is how we are monitoring these abnormal events. How it works, I will break it down for you. First of all, we are going to capture this transaction and do the work of monitoring. First of all, we have the Threat Intelligence Center. This is the TI Center. We call it TI Center. And we are collecting data from traditional networks, for example, addresses, news, etc., from these traditional websites. And in our Transaction Analysis Center, will run some simulation and operation to analyze its control flow and the change of its parameters and variables, and even including its log. Then we combine these two parts of contents and send them to the decision-making center and to evaluate the risk related to this transaction. And if there are any risks, we would alert the user by sending Telegram or email or text messages. And if there is a hacker's attack, we would help using this API to stop using this smart contract. And for example, we capture the transactions, and then we fork a sidechain to simulate this transaction, because this transaction hasn't been packed on chain, and we can terminate the contract, or we can take other measures. So this is not like 100% true, but we can help mitigate the risks for users. For our product, there's two aspects for users. First of all, for investors, we need to invest in some projects. We need to understand their risks. we need a smart contract to scan and to help us make a judgment on whether we are going to make this investment. And of course, the developer also wants to use this tool, and developers can also use our tool to improve the security of their projects. And next, what we are going to do is we want to use AI to make our decision-making center detect abnormal transaction more accurately. For example, we are also using the deep neural network to process these smart contracts to evaluate the embedded risks. And then we want to work with the verification organization of Ethereum. We want to build a private transaction pool, and we can even further mitigate the risks, and we can also quicken the transaction speed and help clients mitigate their losses. And then we are also preparing to use SVM and to LSTM for the daily analysis of transactions. So our products can empower a better identification and a more accurate detection. Thank you very much. This is what I have to say today. All right, thank you very much. Due to time limits, we are going to allow for one question. All right, if no question, thank you so much. And the next one, the next project, Skytopia.
Okay.
Hello. Could I show the presentation? So this is Skytopia Mason, and it's my great pleasure to have this opportunity of the presentation. And the Skytopia is AI-powered entertainment network state. And what is that? So actually, so that's the something we participated in the co-building, co-living community, and through the brainstorm and the discussion of the social status, and we discussed that topic. And at that time, we also published this book, and we had some deep discussion, and we thought the network state. So that's like the metaverse. So that's a decentralized organization. So it's a visual and virtual and intensive, and that's operating on the chain. And in this process, we are discussing working and living here. Maybe that's too early to say that, but we can also discuss something we can do here. So we may have some entertainment experience. So we are producing the virtual network state. And the first one is the difference between the virtual world and the traditional world. So we focusing on some spiritual level in the virtual world, and that's also the content creation, productivity, and we can see that the customers' growth is limited by our productivity growth. So a lot of web game company or the creation company of the content, they spend so much money to do the content creation. They need to guarantee the commercial success. And we also have many projects proposed some solutions. For example, some those companies provided those user production tools, so the users can be involved in the content creation. So we can guarantee that we can catch up with the users' growth. And because now the threshold of the tools are still very high, and if the users have no experience of the development, and it's very difficult to catch that part. So we want to use AI to solve this problem. We want to offer some low threshold creation tools so they can be involved in the content creation. Second problem is in our gaming sectors, so that's the circulation bottleneck. So here you can see that the curve they are focusing on. So actually, before the decrease of the token price, we also noticed that the token started to suffer from the liquidity, and that's also why the token price is in the bottleneck of the circulation. And focusing on that, we also made some designing of the mechanism. Specifically, first we use a big model reasoning capacity to finish some more complicated tasks. So mostly we focus on the chat GPT. In this process, why ChatGPT is so popular? Because we have some general AI and it has some reasoning capacity, and on the base of that, we can finish some more complicated tasks. For example, we can create a very fast NPC roles and produce the scenario of game, and we can also make some game creation contents, and the users can input some keywords and some simple conceptions, and they can produce game assets, and with that we can make a portfolio. So we can also mix that with into one system, and the users can do this kind of game creation very fast. And secondly, the liquidity of the assets. Two aspects. First, for different game players with different targets, they may also have a different game circulation or asset circulation, and the different users cannot experience all the games. They may also have their preference, and if they want to be involved in those favorite game process, they also need those asset circulation. So with that similar mechanism, we can maximize the circulation of the game assets. And secondly, we want to inspire those players to have some different key game assets, and we can use that to promote the circulation of the assets. And the key product is a sky world made of thousands of the sky cities and skylands. And the sky city is a public space, and every sky city has a different playing models. And we published 2,000 sky cities, and we developed 5 to 10. And the balance will be given to the partners in our community. They can also make some content creation, and the Skyland is a private space of the players. So they can tailor-made them, and they can also make some tailor-made social space. And the outsourcing players can also be involved into our products, and many people can have interaction online. And the inside of the game, we may also have a social system and etc. So you have seen that video. I don't want to go through that. And here, that's a very key part. I will skip the videos. So the scenario of our market. So we use the space reasoning capacity of the big model. It can help us to produce the space structure. We produce the three-dimensional space structure, and through the combination of the space structure and the models, we can produce some scenarios. And secondly, the NPC can also have some preconditioning. The users can set up some personalities for the NPC. And we also have the story agent. The users can input the story. They can produce the automation and bigger game stories and the game playing agent. So here it's a more complicated and different playings, and for similar catalog of games, the logic is also different. So here the strategy we use. So that's a vertical one. We can expand and we can realize this kind of a playing model, because the rule of the game is very simple. So we can just make sure that the different scenarios of the game can be differentiated, and we can produce that very fast. Just now we mentioned. So we can just combine them into different models, and we can produce different games. And for the circulation designing, so it concluded the following aspects. First, the Skytopia team. So besides the products we are producing, we also provide the AI agent to all the Sky City creation and the Sky City mayor. So they are the mayor of the cities. they can be involved in the creation of the game, and they can also each release the assets to the users to offer the incentives to the user. And for those users with a passport, they can also have the private islands. They can be involved into the governance of the community. And the key part of the ecosystem is also the property of the Sky City. So we are running according to the property of the Sky City. And we also have a marketplace in all the Sky City. According to the transaction number and the transaction frequency, so we can also take them as a very important parameter. And secondly, when the mayor of the Sky City need to release the assets, then they need to lock some assets of the platform, and they can take it as a support of this price, so they can prove your prosperity. And Skyline owner can be also involved in the voting of the ecosystem. Maybe time is limited. So that's all for what I want to share with you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Next, Q&A session. Any questions? If no question, thank you. Thank you, Skytopia. Thank you for your introduction. And the next project is called the Yaya Webs.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Edwin Eyre, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Yaya Labs. So we have a unique opportunity here. AI and robotics is poised to dramatically transform industries, shape innovation, and redefine how humans engage with the arts and entertainment. The possibilities are truly limitless. So with the rise of virtual influencers and massive progress in large language models, we see a new generation of AI robotic stars to emerge in music and in fashion, gaming, film, and right across the creative industries. This isn't working. Oh, there we go. It's truly a visionary venture which will redefine creativity, innovation, and technology-driven artistry. We truly are standing on the shoulders of giants. We are backed by Hanson Robotics and SingularityNet. We want to bring advanced technology to the creative industries. And this is all starting with our flagship product, Desdemona, who is a robot. You may have seen her in the booth. So what is an AI and robotics creative agency? So we are there to set new standards for artistic expression and storytelling. Our core mission is to drive the conversation around embodied artificial intelligence and the harnessing of AI for the benefit of creators and their audiences. So we believe that placing emergent technologies within popular culture is the best way to achieve this. So the total addressable market to reach is 17 billion by 2028, and we aim to reach circa 1% with a compelling vision. The global robot market size was valued at 4.26 billion in 2023, and it's set to rise at 32%, reaching a USD valuation of 17 billion by 2028. So other target addressable markets we can enter is the music industry. We can do NFTs, which will be hugely popular, which will give exclusive rights to holders of the DESI NFT. So this is a little bit about our competition. You should be aware of Hatsune Miku. She's got a valuation of $500 million, and that's very impressive, for this virtual pop sensation. She sells out concerts at record speeds. She's got a very captivating holographic performance. There's also Little Michaela. She's making 12 million a year, and she's a computer-generated influencer. We have an edge on these two because they're not even AI. We are using true AI and leading towards artificial general intelligence. So yeah, this is our first go-to-market product, which is Desdemona. She is a cutting-edge AI musician, and we feel like she really can give these virtual influencers a run for their money. So yeah, we are set to revolutionize music via decentralized AI through AI-generated performances. She will deliver truly unique performances and spreading positivity and a bright future. A lot of you will be familiar with her sister, Sophia. So Sophia is an extraordinary fusion of human intelligence and AI, seamlessly combining technology, art. Notably, she's a citizen of Saudi Arabia, and she holds the prestigious title of the United Nations Development Program. She's the first ever innovation champion. So our go-to-market strategy. So we have Ben Ditto as our creative director. We have SingularityNet as the mother company of this project. We have Hanson Robotics. We can really thrive on their vibrant online communities. We want to foster fan engagement. We have a structured, strategic, engaging approach to connect with a global audience and promote Desi's music and brand. We've already been featured on some quite notable, so we've got the BBC, we've got the New York Times, we've been in Yahoo Finance, CoinPost, and CNN. And the team behind this is Dr. Ben Gertzel. He's the chairman of the AGI Society who is sponsoring this event. We have Ben Ditto, arguably he's the most in-demand creative directors in the world right now, so it's an absolute honor to be working alongside him. We have Janet Adams, who is the co-founder of this alongside myself. She's a disruptive tech advocate, and myself, I've been working for SingularityNet for a number of years, doing partnerships. And the monetization strategies for Desi. What we're going to be doing is, taking Desi on a world tour. Once she has found her voice and we're able to, put her to market, we'll be making money from live performances, from ticket sales, streaming, and digital sales of music. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot of partnerships and sponsorships. We're already getting a lot of attention from some pretty big names. Minting digital collectibles and selling digital art. So NFT holders for Desi will, they'll get exclusive access to, her events, licensing music for various media, and then sponsorship of events and collaborations as well. So how will Yaya Labs make money? We'll be doing client services and consultations, human face innovation, AI art and merchandise, strategic partnerships, and advertising content and placement. And this is our roadmap. So Desi finds her voice. So at the moment, we have a whole team working on developing Desi's voice in-house. Our goal is to craft a captivating vocal personality through rigorous training and fine-tuning. We'll also be making a documentary. We're speaking to some pretty big names in making a series of finding Desi's voice. So this will explore her design in her vocal capabilities, dancing skills, uncovering technical hurdles. So as Desi develops, the documentary sparks discussions on creativity, the human-AI connection, and the AI's influence on entertainment. And then we'll be releasing music, and then Desi will be going on a world tour. So we are currently raising 1 million in seed investment, which will be spent on production and recording costs, marketing and promotion. Obviously, touring expenses aren't cheap. We need to hire a whole robot staff team, and a big chunk of that will be going on to research and development. Thank you very much. If you'd like to hear more, we have a booth. You can come and speak to Desi and interact with her, and my contact details are here. Thank you.
Thank you for presentation. No, please stay on the stage. Please stay on the stage. We have a Q&A session for 2 minutes. So, do you have any questions from the judges? Okay. So, if no, thank you for your presentation. Thanks, Yaya Labs. So let's welcome next. 让我们欢迎下面一个项目，Tick Bridge.
Let's welcome Tick Bridge.
各位评委和各位
Hi everyone, dear judges and Web3 colleagues. Good afternoon. I am from Techub, and I'm the third bridge project today. And today, my presentation are in two parts. I will spend 1 minute or two to talk about our commercial aspect. And second of all, our tech colleague, our CTO, is talking about our technical principles through a recorded video. Well, overall, at Techub, I'd like to introduce who we are. We are a decentralized cross-chain asset bridge. We have been developed more than 1.5 years since early 2022. And in August, we finished our R&D and we started to develop ecology. We have 20 years of experience in security, and we also have a global perspective. At the moment, in August, starting from August, we began our testing and online, and we already tested 3 public chains and more than 10 applications joined our ecosystem. Why are we building this cross-chain asset bridge? The cross-chain asset bridge has great importance to our industry. However, at the moment, for this decentralized cross-chain bridge can lead to security problems. However, decentralized cross-chain bridge has issues including scalability, and we can address these concerns. Cross-chain asset bridge has clear business models, whether it's in a bear market or a house market, an ox market. So we can have a very clear monetization model. And then we welcome the different projects to join our commercial collaboration and utilize our bridge. And if you have any interest in collaborating with us or build the Tick Bridge ecology, please feel free to scan my WeChat. The QR code is my personal WeChat account. And then for the more specific bridge technical principles, I'd like to let my colleague to talk about its technical principles. Please help play this video. In a centralized solution, user needs to trust in this system. However, the security cannot be guaranteed. The market has been kicking away this centralized solution at the current decentralized solution. While we have a higher security, but scalability is still challenged and restrained by the relay chain. We use this table to compare those commonly seen cross-chain asset bridges. The security refers to when we are confirming an expense, are we using a secure solution? For example, for authorization multiple signature and optimistic roll-up, that's optimistic roll-up. They are based on a group of trusted, fixed, and low volume account for confirmation. They have a higher level of safety when compared with centralized solutions, but it's lower than public chain. How about the light nodes? So they are using the same mechanism with the original chain to verify the data. So they have the safety level equal to the original chain. And what about the relay module? It's a independent public chain. The scalability refers to the scalability of the relay chain. And if it's a single chain, then it cannot be scalable. And if it's a multiple chain, then by adding its subchain, we can quickly scale up its business capability. And as you can see here, Tick Bridge is using a light node, so it is the most secure solution, and we're also using the multiple chain scalable solution. All right, now let's have an overview of the Tick Bridge. All the chain can form a structure centered with the relay chain, the Tick Bridge, and the complexity is much lower. So as long as it's connected to the Tick Bridge, to the relay chain, it will become a chain that can cross all the chains. They don't have to be connected to the other parachain, but they can be bridged by the relay chain. So this cross-chain system is composed of the relay chain, the on-chain contract, etc. And the Tick Bridge is has a relay chain as the decentralized components. For the Tick Bridge, it uses a stronger TFT and audit. And they are building consensus, providing a trustworthy general computing platform, and they don't have to understand the details of the cross-chain information. So it does not have to intervene with the other chain, thus adding to the security level. And here we still have to explain a few terms. The cross-chain means the cross-chain on the parallel chain, but for the but if in the different in the subchain system to cross them, that's what we call the same structure cross chain. So it already helps those cross chain capability. So we can become the foundation for multiple chain DeFi. So the second component is on-chain contract. So we have the light node contract, the relay contract, and the terminal contract. The light node contract is using the same mechanism with the original chain to verify the effectiveness of a cross-chain transaction. But for the relay contract, it's deployed in the target chain. But for terminal contract, it's deployed on the parallel chain to implement the transactions. All the steps are already targeted on the transactions on the original chain, the relay chain, and the target chain. So all the details can be traced back. Thank you very much. Due to time limitation, we are only playing the video so far. Any question from the judges and the audience? And if no other questions, thank you very much for sharing. And the next one, we have a Vertex. Let's welcome Vertex Network. Okay, I will speak in Mandarin. Vertex Network is a decentralized and we are solving some pain points on the market right now. From this figure, we can see that at the moment on the market, a lot of technology are facing difficulties such as a high cost and not supporting Web3 technology or slow response. And in response to these pain points, these are the difficulty faced by developers. And what about the users? For users, they sometimes complain about insufficient computing power of terminal devices and high hardware cost. But for this part, later on, we can give you a detailed presentation about how Vertex Network can bring advantage to the users. So for Vertex, first of all, we are very low cost, and when compared with the BTC and the ETH miner, we work with them. We leverage their GPU computing power, and we provide them to the C and the B and the customer group. And on Web3, the entire economy system are using an open-end system. And as for business model, we focus on the cloud rendering and the AI technology. And about our technical features, there are 4 key points. First of all, we use on-chain data to do all the process. First of all, in the first part, let's talk about our security. And then second, we are an open virtual platform. All the soft code are shared on our platform. And then we have a very friendly platform and technology. And third, we're using a decentralized way to do the rendering and also the relay. Every process is decentralized. And then maybe you have a question about since it's decentralized, how do we do that? Maybe in different countries and regions, there will be network delays, and we are going to answer you this question later. Well, first of all, we're going to talk about our business model. Well, first part is our end user. We are going to promote a tool. For example, for a ordinary user, if we want to make a diagram more 3-dimensional to make it a more dynamic, then they can use our platform and our tools to make it dynamic within 1 minute.
And this tool will also be open and cooperate with other projects, and we may have a series of the campaign. And the second part, we targeted the GPU provider. So those providers providing us the computing resources and the GPU miner. So they are also our corporate partners and part of our resources. And the last one is the developer. So developers can use our platforms to upload the games to our platform and also transfer to outside. And the second part, we will use our cloud rendering technologies so we can decrease the development cost of the developers. And here, this slide, what the main point is, for these 3 targeted customers, we will mark all the parts, and for developers, so the create part, so that's a development, and the GPU provider, so they will provide their computing power, and they may also enjoy the ecosystem benefits. And the next part, something we have mentioned, because we cannot have the on-site demo. So on the right side, so that's something we leverage our tools. So that's an effect we have used. So you can see that's a 3D effect, and it's movable. And when we use the tools, they can choose to move both upside and up and down and left and right. So normal customers can also leverage our tools to finish the multimedia effects, and the video and the images can be also done. Second product, we targeted the developers, and that's for individual users. So that's a metaverse plus the cloud gaming. So in this game, before we start the game, we can look at this picture. So that's the revenue by market. After our research, we have collected all those information from 2024 to 2027. So that's a cloud gaming halfway. So that's a blue one and the green one. So that's a gaming hardware. So for both laptop and the revenue. So for each year, the revenue by market, you can see every year it continue to grow. And for all the markets in the game, the demand is huge. And here it's also related to the next product. We are going to produce the cloud computing platform. And on that, we also can leverage our edge rendering technology. And we use the AI computing and so that the users can, the developers can also use that. And they can find the STEM and the EPIC game and the White Ridge games can be also found here. So this cloud computing platform is not only serving the Web3, we also will involve the outsourcing games into that. And the second part is targeted for the developers. So suppose the GameFi projects developers can also upload their games to our cloud computing platform. And through the edge rendering technology, we can help them to decrease the cost and we can help them to do the marketing campaign. And that's the network locations we just mentioned. That's a GPU provider. And that's our roadmap. So it is estimated that by Q4, we are going to launch the first version. So for now, we have finished the pressure test. And in Q4, we are going to launch that. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Vertex Network. Thank you for your sharing. And are there any questions? Okay, if no question, let's invite the last project, the VI protocol.
In Chinese to present this, so bear with me. It's been a long day, so I promise to make this fast and exciting for everyone. Okay, so I'm going to introduce what is VI protocol. Okay, so before I introduce VI protocol, I want to talk about the team behind VI protocol. We are Rectang, and Rectang, we have been in Singapore for 3 years. We've been servicing, we have achieved enormous success with our end-to-end compliance solution, which encompasses digital onboarding, KYC, transaction monitoring, and blockchain risk analysis for our clients. So our clients span from crypto exchanges, fintech companies, and financial institutions. But we feel that we need to scale. There are a lot of pain points in compliance nowadays, and we want to introduce something that can enable users to access Web3 applications freely, and at the same time maintain control and privacy through decentralized verification. So for the benefit of everybody who doesn't know what is KYC, maybe I can explain a bit on how is traditional KYC being done. So basically, as users, if we want to onboard an exchange, we will pass our personal data, personal information to a service provider or a VASP, which is the exchange. And the exchange will get a KYC vendor like us, pass the information to us, we will process it, pass it back to the compliance officers, and they will ensure that it's passed. And this process usually takes maybe 5 days or a week. There are a lot of problems. We have to do repetitive redundant repetitive verifications. There's lack of data privacy because your data is everywhere with vendors, with exchanges, with platforms. There's lack of control and ownership of your data. And there's lack of transparency. If someone says you are not fit to be on the exchange, why? You're not sure. So the concept of decentralized identifiers is not new. It started by Microsoft in 2017. So this DID basically means decentralized identifier. They use decentralization and to solve barriers of data ownership and data privacy by issuing verifiable credentials and through technologies by MPC, HE, and zero knowledge proofs. But the problem with DID nowadays is adoption. There aren't a lot of adoption, and that results in lack of reusability. So to tackle this pain point, we introduced VI protocol. So what is VI protocol? We enable decentralized validation. So we actually separate the role of a validator with the role of an issuer. So basically, Rectang enables a person, is a real person, and crypto exchange will use these results to issue VCs for users to reuse them again when they onboard other platforms. We also feature an aggregated identity pass holder. I'm not sure, I'm from Singapore, not sure if you guys know something called SingPass. SingPass is something that our government came up with that uses your ID, your credentials for you to onboard various government portals efficiently. But this one is for Web3. And what's more exciting is we have a distributed incentive model. So who's going to pay for all the KYC if someone is going to come up with a KYC results and enable everyone else to use it? So we have an incentive model that rewards the people that contributed to this process. So existing DID model, okay, maybe I can explain a little bit on this. The issuer is someone like, you can say Binance or a crypto exchange. The user will be ourselves, the people who want to open an account. The verifier will be the person, the platform who wants to use these results to understand more about you so that you are not a terrorist, you are not a money launderer or anything. But who wants to be an issuer and do everything for others? So we solve this issue that we separate out the validator's roles so that anybody can come in to become an issuer. So anybody can approach Rectang and say that, is this person a real person? And I'll issue a verifiable credential for the user so that the user can go out and tell people that I'm a real person. And with this separation, the source of trust does not have to depend on the issuer itself. Because, for example, a crypto exchange, you might not know how they verify this person is real or not. So with this aggregated pass holder, every end user with stored all their VCs onto one app, they can use this as a proof of creditworthiness, they can prove their access rights, they can validate whether they own the real world assets or not. It's basically a bridge between on-chain and off-chain assets. So I want to stress that VI protocol is an infrastructure. So we provide the protocol layer with a multi-party, multi-loop, and multi-layer verification. That means many parties can come in to verify a certain amount, certain data. We also provide the products to prove the results of your verification, like zero knowledge SBT, and we have also a verification protocol. We also make use of leverage on different available data storage solutions, like the decentralized data, like IPFS and all that. We also offer centralized data storage. But most importantly is we have an open toolkit for people to build apps on our protocol to make use of this verification protocol. So why VI protocol? Now the users can control their own identity and their credentials. They can allow and permission whether they want to share these credentials with anybody. That you don't have to do repetitive onboarding, verification with different platforms. You can have your own proof of humanity and uniqueness. For the verifiers, who are the people who are using this information, right now they can easily, this will apply to a lot of DeFi platforms. They can prevent civil attacks. They can have efficient user onboarding. And for issuers, now anybody can come and issue a VC. And there are more reliable validation results because you can make use of professional platforms like Rectang, or you can say WorldCheck and all that. And for validators, the validators are the ones like Rectang. Now we can access to a bigger market out there, and we can use a standard form of verification. So why Rectang is the one that can execute the go-to-market strategy. We already have around 500K users verified. Up to now, we have 80 corporate clients that we are servicing, and we know their requirements on how to adhere to regulatory obligations. And we have ready solutions for KYC and KYB and for AML compliance. So, yep, just nice. If you guys want to know more about the product, you can always email me, call me, and I will let you know more. Right now, the product is under beta testing right now. Thank you.
Thank you. 感谢 VI Protocol. Now, wait a moment. Yeah. So, do we have any question regarding VI Protocol? Yeah.
So, by decentralized verification of those data or KYC users' identity, what exactly is the decentralized means, and who is actually verify all those data? Is that like everybody can do it, or it's just like verified, or partners or companies like who can do that? Who is actually do it?
That's a very good question. So at the start, the ideal situation will be enabling everyone to come in to do verification. But at the start, because our future plans is to set up a DAO that will enable reputable verification parties to come in. But at this moment, we are initiating to become a validator, and we have a network of reputable companies that can come up with results with integrity, data integrity, and all that. But yeah.
If it's going to be decentralized or verified by the community or by the DAO in the future, would it be a problem that, because personal identity is kind of sensitive information, right? And would that be kind of an issue that the sensitive information of users will be leaked out by the committee or someone who is working for that? Yeah.
That's a good point. So every part of the information that's contributed by the end user will be particularly permissioned by them. So they can rescind the permission or they can give the permission. Basically, this is in line with GDPR laws. So traditional KYC, basically, you are actually passing all your information to the vendors, the platforms, and they say that they have data compliance, but we don't know how they manage it. This is why this is decentralized, because it's transparent. You can see who manages it and how is it handled.
Thank you.
Thanks VI Protocol. 感谢我们今天所有评审的项目，也感谢我们所有。
Thank you for all the projects and all the judges for your scoring. Now let's go to the award-winning ceremony. First of all, our staff will collect the scoring table and select the number one. And in this process, I'd like to enrich our own process. So for our judges, could you do some sharing? So any project that really impressed you? I'm really interested in the cross-chain bridge project, Tick Bridge, and later on I'd like to discuss with their team to see what are their innovation features in the market, because on the market, the cross-chain bridge are still not solving the centralization issue, because there will be some risk related to centralization. And I'd also like to understand the security risk of their solution. I'm really concerned about their project. They are different than roll up, and I'd like to see what the effect their project's going to bring. And I'm also interested in the Vertex network. It's a very impressive project, and I believe it's going to be a great momentum for the future gaming market, and it's going to bring user-friendly features and lowering the development cost for our developers. I see many interesting items, including AI plus scenario applications. And there are also AI GC programs using LLM. When developing and operating these games, I believe these capabilities are very important, especially on how we can build Web3. This is also critical components. I see two other interesting games, including Eden AI, but Skytopia is very mature, but Eden AI is not so mature at the moment, I believe. And for Merlin, it's okay. It also looks good. And in many senses, when entering Web3, you are entering from Web2. And for this native layer research on Web3, still need to work on that. We see the maturity level of most of the projects are pretty high. Thank you very much. Okay, for me, I'm more focused on the data layer, and if it's layer 2 or roll up or even cross bridge, then I'm more focused on the technical details. And as for on-chain games, maybe I'm focusing on the full chain games. I'm more focused on item world or full chain narrative. On many occasions, I ask whether data are stored on layer 2 or layer 1 or IPFS or other decentralized service provider or on-premise or on cloud. These are the technical details that I'd like to learn more about. I hope our builders can establish more Web3 native products or projects. Okay, I'm interested in the two gaming projects, including the Eden AI and Skytopia. It's a metaverse plus AI project. It's more interesting than previous project, but I also see the challenges inside. I'm really interested in whether there's going to be any buyers joining this bandwagon. And for us, I'm also looking at the consumer-facing application, and we are seeing the impact and Bubble AI and the other applications are looking very interesting and very promising. And in terms of cross-chain asset bridge, we've invested in similar projects as well. And I hope that we are going to focus on future developments in this area. And we are also interested in the consumer-facing applications. Now it's still an early stage. And if the boost market is coming back next year, then it's also great to develop some consumer-facing products. We've seen a lot of interesting items today, and I'm really happy to see worldwide projects to be gathered here on the Edge conference. What I'm really happy about is today I've seen a lot of mature products. Well, this is different from previous demo day events. What I like is, of course, I have lots of interested projects. First of all, I'm interested in Bubble AI. I think their projects is really interesting and life cycle and impact. Their products is really practical. And for the crypto in the bear market stage, if we can develop some mature and user-facing product, it's going to promote our industry's development in the future. I'm really welcoming more projects to join our Demo Day project. And we have two more guests to share. Today, I see lots of high quality projects because for me personally, I am focused on the DeFi and from underlying applications. Today, for the cycle later, I'm really interested in that because for cross-chain asset bridge, Web3 is like a dark forest, and most of the encrypted assets are having this very difficult interaction for cross-chain. I have been looking at the projects for many years. A lot of projects has been hacked. Another one is Toronto, and I've looked into their products, and they have lots of novelty in their products, whether from a B and or C, and we can both help users solve many problems. And then for impact, they implemented it really well, and they are different from previous games. And they combined AI as well. I believe that in the future, each user wish to see the combination with AI. Thank you so much. That's my 2 cents. All right. And today, it's a regret that a lot of technical projects cannot fully demonstrate their capabilities due to the time limitation. Most people can only understand the consumer-facing products, including games, applications, and or social flyer. But for technical companies, they don't have an advantage here today. You cannot spend only like 1 or 2 sentences to explain the technology. I cannot even understand the details. So for tech projects, they are not in a good position here, but we have lots of good projects here today. And we already have clear products. Thank you so much for inviting me to share my opinion. All right, thank you very much. Anything from you to the participants and the judges? Well, thank you very much for all the guests and all the project participants. Thank you so much.
好的，那接下来呢，就进入我们这个激动人心的时刻。
All right, this is a exciting moment today. We have all the scores, and then we are welcoming the winner team for today's Demon Day. So, Ender, please get on the stage, and please allow our staff to bring the winner's badge. All right. According to our statistics and the scores of different dimensions, the winner of a EDGE Summit Demo Day, co-hosted by Blockchain Academy, is Cycle Network. The winning team is Cycle Network. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for the teams and guests. Now, could you please all take on the stage for a large group photo? Please come onto the stage for a group photo. So all the judges and participating teams, please join me on the stage for a group photo.
给我拿一个，给我拿一个。好嘞，感谢，也麻烦获奖。